We're out on the water. It's 8 in the morning. As you can see, we got glassy water. That's what we came out for. Water levels are still kind of high, but that won't stop us. So we're gonna make our way along the side here and see if we can catch some of these big ones. The big ones, they come out, they mate this time of day. This time of year last year, we had our best morning ever. We caught, I think, 14 in a few hours last year. Oh, look at that one right there. Got him. That's a good one. He's like 6 inch. Look, see that? Right away. Beautiful. They're hanging up in the mangrove. We'll bring our little flats cooler here. There we go. He's in the cooler. That way I can just hold it around my shoulder while we hunt for the crabs. And just like that, that's how it's done. You walk around, you hunt them down. I don't think there's any quicker way to catch some giant crabs than to just walk around and net them in the morning. I have a couple spots I have planned out for the day once the wind picks up, because wind will pick up. You won't be able to crab this anymore once the wind's on. If there's any wind at all, this is out completely. So it's like getting the right conditions is always the hardest thing for flats crabbing. There's a big one right here. There he is, there he is. Where'd he go, where'd he go, where'd he go? He hasn't moved out of here, look at him. There we go, a nice one right there, sitting in the grass. Okay, this is great. He's not mating or anything, he's on his own. He's a lonely fella, but look at that guy, giant. There we go, we got 2 in there now. Just to show you real quick, it's only 8:11. I've been here 10 minutes. I got here at 8:01. We already got 2 crabs. So, first 10 minutes getting 2 nice crabs. Solid right there. I came here because I know this is where the biggest crabs always are, is around this area. So, that's what we're here to do. Get the big ones. Skip the little dinks. Look at this. 2 mating right here. Got them. Let's take them off to the side. There we go. That's another big one right there. They love mating in this grass. Now, obviously, we're gonna let that female go. That's our bait. That female, we might come back through here, and she might be on another male. So we'll let her run off. That's a good crab right there. I haven't been able to net them like this on this flat all year since like the winter time when the waters were lower, but waters have not been low of late. Uh-oh, it's wrapped around his claw there. We're gonna have to step on his claws. We're gonna break this claw off. There we go. Save my net, lose the claw. Okay, let's go find some more. Crabs love to mate in the morning. Could you imagine? You're just sitting there getting it on with your girl, and a big monster, good-looking guy like me swims by, steps over top of you, catches you in a net, takes you home and cooks you in a pot. Sounds very appetizing, doesn't it? Stingray right there. There's always a lot of stingrays out here. You just gotta be careful. Don't want to step on them. Don't want to get stung. When you step on them, it's kind of weird. It's like the ground beneath your feet is moving. It's really weird. I was going around barefoot one time and I stepped on 2 in one day. I didn't get stung. By the grace of God, I didn't get stung. There's a little one right there. Look at that. See him going? We're gonna let her go. I think it's a small female. It's got pink claws. Look for her man. Sometimes they'll start running around like that right after mating. Look at that. Look how well she's hidden in there. See that? Now she's gone. There's a man. Got him. Nope, didn't get him. We gotta look for him now. We got dust everywhere. There he is. Got him. Here we go. He had his claws out like he was fighting, so he's either trying to chase after these glass minnows or he was trying to fight somebody else. So let's keep an eye out. He might have another one that he's fighting. There we go, number 4. It's been about 20 minutes so far. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's just get him in the bucket. Look at this. Right here in the grass bed. He's not huge. Let's see, what do I think of him? Yeah, he's good enough. He's like 6 inch. We'll take. We gotta go to the shore real quick. But he just sit there in the grass bed. Now these grass beds haven't really been here all winter. They're starting to come back, which is really good. Like last year, most of this flat was all grass bed, which was great because you could just walk around the grass bed and just find them sitting in it. They like getting it on in the grass. That's what they like to do. That's number 5. Okay, he's got to let go of her. Look how he holds her with his legs. We're about to get pinched. Let go. He's rusty. He's a good male. He's smaller than the other 4, but it is what it is. Puts us at 5 for the day right now. I'll take it. We got a gator right here. He ain't huge or anything, but he's there. Yeah, it's a gator. So you always got to be careful. They're around. He ain't a massive gator or anything, so I ain't really worried about him. He'll also have to come up to me in a foot, like a couple inches of water if he wants me, which he will lose that fight. I'll stab him in the eyes. Look at this little dinky crab right there. Can't even see him probably, but there's gators here. Gives you another view here so you can see him. He's sitting right there, head sticking up. He's probably about 5 foot. Nothing to really worry about. 10 foot, 8 foot, that's where you start to worry. The gator is totally uninterested in me right now. Good thing he doesn't know I got 5 crabs in my bag. That might get him a little interested, right? Look at him go. He's a little guy. Got him. There we go. That's a good one. He just ran out from the mangrove. Oh, we had to be quick there. We had to be quick there. Let's go stick him in up here. Oh my God. Look at that. Beautiful. Big boy. Number 6. All we had to do was backtrack. And just us being around startled him. Startled the crabs. There we go. It's probably one of the biggest ones of the day. For sure. He's a 6.5, maybe 7. Oh, geez. Well, let's try that again. All right, we got 6 in there now. You see him just trying to get away from me before I even could get to him. I had to go for him twice. Good thing the water's clear enough. You know, it may not be shallow, but at least it's like clear enough that I can see through 2 foot, you know? Because if it was murky, he would have got away. See one right here. Right where my shadow's going. What do we think? I'm thinking a little small. Let's take a look. Mature female. Do I feel like cleaning her? She's probably 5.5. She's got nice claws. We'll take her. We'll take her. We'll take her. She's smaller than all the rest though, that's for sure. She's heavy. She's heavy at least. Oh God. There we go. She's in. Number 7. Bag's getting kind of heavy. Look at this. There's a couple right back here. See them? Sitting in the mangroves. I'm gonna say they're both too small. That one's definitely too small. Yeah, let them go, let them go. Too small, but you see that? Just sitting under the sticks. Sneaking around, trying to get away from me. Flat stomping man. Look at this. He's small. I'm gonna let him go. Let him go. But you see how he just burrowed into that mud? He just ran away from me, then burrowed in. Rather than continuing to run, he tried to hide. They do that a lot. That's like a very common behavior. They'll just find a spot in the mud, and stop and hide. And a lot of times you won't be able to see them at all. I'm sweating my brains out. Probably close to 9 o'clock now. But this area is way murkier over here than it was on that side. So, is what it is, but we're gonna take a look a little bit further, and then if we can't see anything very well, we're gonna move back to that spot one more time and then go somewhere else. There's a nice one right here. Yeah, we'll take it. Heck yeah. Stick it right here. The bag is actually heavy. There we go, number 8. All right, what a solid morning. We're gonna make our way back and then move on. I think I'm gonna grab chicken from Walmart and we're gonna go hit another spot that I've never tried before. I feel like when you have a solid start, you can test a new area, you know what I mean? And if it's a new area that's good, then you found a new spot. So let's do that. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's dump all these boys in now. 1 girl, 7 boys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This one's a little small. There's our bucket for the morning right there. Not bad. Look at that. Bucket full of crabs right there to start the day. Half a bucket full, really. But let's go to Walmart, let's get some chicken. Let's move on to the next spot. All right, real quick, I made a spontaneous decision to try over here real quick. There's like a little island over there, and I caught a couple really big ones there last year, so I wanted to try it real quick because it was a little too deep to walk there, but I just drove a little bit further up and I'm gonna try it now. Okay. Yeah, it gets kind of deep right here. It's a nice drop off, like right into the water. But over this way, it's nice and shallow all the way out there. You can see it. And I've caught a lot of big ones right out there, like 7, 8 inchers. I think we have 1 7-inch, but I want to get an 8-incher today. That's our goal. There's a big one right here. This is the biggest one we've seen all day. Look at that one. There we go. We got a giant, our first giant of the day. Look at that. Come on, let her go, let her go. There we go, dude. Thank goodness we came out here. Let's let everything down and let's figure this out. Let go. Let go, my guy. That is an 8-inch all day. Remember I said I wanted 1 8-inch? There we go, dude. It was just sitting in there mating with a tiny female. Unbelievable. Oh man. Look at that. Look at that. Monster. Monster right there. Awesome, absolutely awesome. Let's get that, look at that island in the background. There's your thumbnail right there. Really good, man. Look at the size of that crab. It is a good thing I had a split decision to come over here and grab this. Unbelievable. He wasn't even in 3 inches of water. He was in like 5 inches, maybe 6 inches of water. But that's insane. Not even in a foot of water right there. Giant crab. We're hunting right now for another giant. One giant is awesome in a day. Whenever you get an 8-inch crab, it's a good day. It's not every day you get one like that. And especially not in 4 inches of water. Huge redfish right there. I don't know if you can see him, but he just swam right up to me. Another giant. Got him. Got him. Got him. Another big one. Look at that, a tiny one right there. Sitting on that little mangrove. Let's take the camera off real quick. We barely got this one. He's a little light, but he's huge. So it doesn't really matter. Nowhere to set down the... Here, let's set it in the trees right here. Set the cooler right there. Get this one in there. That's a good one. He's like 6.5, maybe 7 at most. Probably 6.5. Nothing, no joke right there. That's a good crab. You know what? Forget chicken. I'm not going to Walmart. I'm just gonna take them and go home. Oh, those are all snook right there. You see that? That was a big snook. Right there he goes, right through the mangrove. And there was 3 others just went that way. Yeah, who needs bait, dude? No live bait needed today. We've netted 10 crabs. A couple are really big too. Look at that. See this? He's just sitting there. He's small. I'm not taking him, obviously. I'm just messing. I would have caught him if he was big, obviously. Look at that. The giants, baby. Look at the size difference between a 6.5 and an 8-inch. Right there, dude. Beautiful stuff right there. We haven't done this thumbnail in a while. There ain't nothing better than this. Catching giants without even using any bait. I don't even know if I'm gonna go that much longer. I might just head home and just go clean them up. I want to show you how much more meat is in a big one like that compared to the smaller ones like this. Now I could easily go catch more with bait. I think the flats time is pretty much done. I've kind of explored all the flats that are available right now, but I got enough crabs. Like, I don't need any more crabs. So I figured just go cook up what I got. I already got a pound of crab meat from yesterday, or from the other day, from the last video, and just go cook it all up, clean it, start making crab cakes. You guys ready for some crab cakes? I am. All right. You gotta give them a little cleaning. Gotta get all the sand off of them. Too much sand on them is not a good thing. You don't want that in your crab meat. A lot of grass on them too. Okay. They're not gonna let go of each other. They're just gonna fight. There we go. Gotta get them in there. Get them out of them. I skipped the ice portion of the day today. Oh, there's some good ones in here, that's for sure. Get the giant in there now. Oh my gosh. Look at him compared to the others. Just unbelievable. Let's season these boys up real quick. There's gonna be 2 batches today. sea salt time. I am home before lunch. Unbelievable. All right, let's get another layer of them on top. Mature female. Nice male. He's got some sand on him. Give him a little rinse. I think we're ready to go. Let's just do these ones here, and then come back for more. We don't want to risk losing them all. I think they like it when you put the seasoning on them. Okay. Look at that, not even 12 o'clock yet. Nuts. But we're gonna go with that for 15 minutes, right there. We'll come back. Here we go. Woo! Look at that. Look at that crab right there. Oh man, that is so good. Jeez. Some of these are really good. Some of them are like average. And then there's this one. Like, dude, look at that. Hot. That flavor is so good. That's a good one right there. Oh jeez. Don't look at your friends. Stay put. Oh, we're about to get pinched. You go there. You go there. And then put them back in the thing. I always use this Maryland crab seasoning, so this is Richard's crab seasoning. If you've ever seen my videos before, you've probably seen me use this. It's my go-to. Gotta have Maryland crab seasoning. Okay, I thought he was dead, he's alive. He opened his mouth, he's just tired. Yeah, these are some good ones right here. It's a good batch. We're gonna let those guys cool off before we do any cleaning. We are going to clean crabs. We're gonna clean the biggest one and the smallest one, and we're gonna show you the difference between the amount of meat each one has. Should be kind of cool. My dad had that idea. I was talking to him on the phone on the way home. But let's give these suckers 15 minutes. Okay, right there, 15 minutes and 6 seconds. They are ready now. Ready now. Time to eat the crab-a-dab-a-doo. Woo! There we go. Ow! Ah, so hot. The steam is hot. I'm like burning my freaking hand off grabbing at them. There we go. There we go. That's a good one right there too. He's got to be a 6.5, maybe 7. I'm gonna clean the small one and the big one. We're gonna show you the difference in the meat by 2 different bowls. So I'm using both cameras here so I can kind of show you exactly how I clean them. But we're gonna do this one, and let's grab a smaller one out. Let's get one with claws, one of the little guys out of here. That's the smallest one. What is that one's size anyway? That's like a tiny one. Okay. That one is 5 1/4. So this is a keeper crab in Maryland, the smalls. This one right here, this goes up to 6.5, 6, 7. So right here, we're at 6 inches right here at this point on the crab. And then we'll go another, so this one's 7 3/4. I'm gonna take the claws off. So we're gonna just kind of keep it simple. Just the bodies, body versus body. And then I'm gonna fill both of these bowls. And you're gonna see the difference in meat between the 2 of them. Obviously this one's gonna have a lot more meat, but I have a feeling this one's gonna have like 3 to 4 times as much meat as this dink, which I probably should have released. Let's do the big one first, because he's gonna be way more fun to clean. Use a knife. I use a butter knife when I clean. And I'm gonna pop the back off real quick right there. And then I actually do, I usually cut the legs off first, but I'll leave them on for now. And then we just get rid of all that gunk, and we're gonna stick that right into the shell. Now, I'm not gonna be eating him right now. We're making crab cakes, so otherwise I'd be saving the shell and rubbing the meat on top of the shell, you know, but I feel like the seasoning on the shells and everything, it just adds so much more flavor to the crab meat. And then you don't need as much seasoning when you actually cook the crab cakes. Look at that, that is juicy, juicy. Let's get these lungs out of here first and show you exactly what we're looking at right here. Look at that, beautiful crab right there. I like to pop it in half, and then you can either just start ripping the legs out and grabbing them out that way, or you can do it the other way. Now the legs do have meat in them, especially when they're big like this. Like watch this chunk right here. Look at that. That's a chunk of meat right there. Legs are gonna have a pretty good chunk of meat in each one. And here's how I pop those out. I push it out the top right there, chunk of meat. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Leg meat on these things, these big boys, is great. Okay. Push with the shell and get what you can. If you can't get it all, what I can also do here is take this right here and cut straight up the side with the butter knife. And then what you have there is actually a good chunk of meat right in there that you missed. And you can't get it all to come out right away. Look at that chunk right there. No flavor for me. Next way I do is I go right here, center of the crab, and I cut across. And I break it open like that. Makes it nice and easy to get all the meat out of there. So right here, got all these chunks right there. And I kind of just pick through as I go. With the big ones, it's really easy to clean it this way. Small ones, obviously gonna be a lot more trouble to clean. Look at that, pulled that right off of there. Look at the back fin on the jumbo right there. That back fin, pure gold. I'm gonna guess one of these big crabs is worth 4 or 5 of this little. All right, we got our last chunks right here. We're just gonna pull this right out of the shells there, out of the cartilage. Right there, there's a chunk right there, nice and easy. We're gonna just break this apart with our fingers, a little easier that way, I feel like, especially when it's big. This is the hardest part of the crab, I feel like, this little back side of the body. It's really the top of the body, actually. Because it is, like, look how, like, difficult that is to get that meat. There we go. And the last chunk right there. Beautiful, cleaned out. That's why they call it cleaning a crab. All right. All right, here comes the little guy. Now, this is all the meat we got from the big one right there. You know, nice little chunk right there. Now let's see how much we actually end up getting from this little dinker. 5 1/4 keeper Maryland crab right here. Honestly, not worth my time. Pop this leg right here. Nice little back fin came out with it, a little chunk of it. The back fin alone is just so much smaller, it's ridiculous. Let's do this good stuff. Get all that mustard out of the side. I'm not a big fan of the mustard, I'm not gonna lie. But some people like it. There we go, we got it. All his legs are already popped off, so let's get it cut in the middle here. There's the back fin on a little crab versus a big crab. Look at the difference right there. All right, here's the differential between the two. Big crab, little crab. Big crab, little crab. 7 3/4 right there. 5 1/4. Okay, we're still more in the right bowl from the one crab. That's 3 small crabs, 1 big crab. I think this 4th crab will pass it. This is our 4th crab right here. Let's give this sucker a measurement. This one is 5 3/4. We'll definitely have enough meat now to pass the 7 1/4. It's time to make the crab cakes. So what I'm gonna start with is the parsley. I'm just gonna chop up a little bit of that right here. So you can see, nothing crazy, just a little bit, little chunks of it. I don't know if this might even be too much. we'll just get that all together again and chop it again. We don't want big pieces of parsley, we want little pieces of parsley in there. I haven't done it with parsley in a while, actually, believe it or not, so should be kind of nice. It adds some flavor for sure. As you can see, the time is 2:39. It took me about 2 hours to clean the crabs because I'm very slow. It took me as long to clean them as it took to catch them. But usually at this time I'm still crabbing, catching my crabs, so it's kind of nice to be home and back in the house already and ready to eat crab cakes by 4 o'clock. Okay, there we go. Nice parsley. All right, so now we're gonna make our batter for the crab cakes, and usually start with a couple eggs. Usually do about 1 egg per pound. We're gonna use 2 eggs. I think we're probably close to 2.5 to 3 pounds maybe, but I don't want to do too many eggs and then have too much, like a egg runny kind of crab cake. You know what I mean? Okay, and then we're gonna go with some Dijon here. A little bit of that in there. There we go. That should be good. As soon as it makes that noise, you know you have enough. Next, we're gonna do some Worcestershire sauce. Walmart brand, so it should be great. Not a ton of this, just a little bit. Oh. There's a little thing on the inside. You gotta open it that way. Yeah, look at that. All right. Now we're good. Definitely want to close the lid. You don't want to do too much of this. This could ruin your crab cake if you do too much. That should be about a tablespoon. While I grab the mayo, I'm gonna set this to 400. All right, now we got some mayo here. Kind of just eyeball it. I don't really have like an exact measurement. I think that'll be good. Let's mix all that together for now. Batter up them eggs and with the mayo and the Worcestershire and the sauce. Now with Old Bay, you can kind of add what you think it needs. You don't have to have like a specific amount. I just kind of eyeball it. That's good. Not a ton, but I mean, it's good. I mean, like, you're gonna want Old Bay, so it really just depends on what you want. I never really care that much if I have too much or too little. I like the taste of Old Bay, so it is what it is. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, here's all the meat we got. Let's, this is from the bigger crab. So, here's the 2 days we were out there. So, we got 8 the other day, we got that amount, and then we got 10 today, and we got that amount. So the size of the crabs, you can just tell there's just way more meat in the left side than there is in the right side. Just almost double the meat, really. We kind of doubled our meat, because I knew this was not enough for crab cakes. I needed more. All right, let's start putting in some of this parsley. Stir that up in there now. Go a little bit more. Let's use it all. It's not that much. Okay. Now let's start with the meat. Meat number 1 from the other day is in the bucket now. And now let's add in the new meat. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Let's get it all out. We don't waste any of this. This is literally gold to me. We still have to add bread, so we're gonna do that next. Right now we're just getting it all kind of mixed up for now. And then the bread will kind of just hold it all together. So there's our meat, there's our crab cake right there. Crab cakes, that's probably about 2 pounds of meat, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, I'm not sure. It's close, it's in that range. Get some bread out. Good old Walmart brand. We haven't been shopping at Publix lately. I gotta remove all the crust, and then we just take little pieces like this, we just chomp it in there. This will take a minute, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna get our final stir in here. Yeah, that little bit of bread definitely did it. It's soaking up all the juice in there. And and it's gonna be real good, real good. So we'll put it all in the pizza tray, and we're gonna bake them today. I'm feeling some baked crab cakes, that's what I'm feeling. Oh yeah, look at all that. Look at the claw right there. Look at that claw meat right there. Yeah, there's the preheated oven. I hear it. All right, here we go. We'll kind of put them in place together once we kind of lay them out. So I put some oil on the pans already. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful stuff right here. I could use my hands to really pat it together, but I feel like this is working just fine. We're gonna get probably 6 out of this at least. Mold it together. Okay, it's really good. I want to try to get it all in one batch, that's for sure. I don't want to do 2 batches or something crazy like that. A little bit more on top of that. That's a huge crab cake. There's our meat right there, man. This is a couple pounds. This is a couple pounds. This might be 3 pounds. Move that one a little bit to the side. There we go. Now we got this one all molded together. Let's pat it down. And let's add a little bit more to some of these other ones. No meat left behind. That's the rule in this house. Use it all. Would you throw away gold? I don't think you would. Here we go. Best crab cakes in Florida right here. These are about ready for the oven, I think. Okay. All right. Ready for the oven. We're gonna give those about like 25 minutes, I'd say. 25 minutes should do it. And then we'll come grab those in a minute and we'll try them out. Here we go. Time to see what, oh my God. The oven is so hot. Look at that. That right there. Bam. Doesn't get any better than that. I'm gonna grab the big one in the middle. I'm gonna eat it right now. Beautiful. Oh yeah. No sides, no nothing, just crab cake. Let's dig in. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that right there. Stays together in one piece. These are about as good as I've made them in a while, I'm not gonna lie, that's really good. It's been a while since I've had crab cakes, so I'm enjoying it. I always like to sprinkle a little Old Bay on the top. This is literally like to die for right here. Like I will risk getting attacked by a gator any day of the week to get this. All right, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this. You guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Check out this video right here. This was the best day we had crabbing in Florida last year. Go to the 45-minute mark if you want to see that. The whole video is great. It's a really good video, really fun video. The camera quality wasn't as good back then as it is now, but we have not had a day better than the day 2 of that video since. And it's funny because you think about it and you just don't realize how good some days are until you don't get them back. So I'm glad we got it recorded, filmed. Check it out. I hope you enjoy.